Coding with AI can be a superpower, taking your productivity to a whole new level. But if you're not careful, it will quietly cost you more time than it saves you. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 4 mistakes that you must avoid when coding with AI and the 4 fixes you need to actually use it properly, leading to a core insight that you need to unlock productive and frictionless coding with AI. My name is Nathan Tranquilla, and I've been a software developer for 14 years, and I've been using AI to code since its inception. Let's get into it. So here's a scenario. You're trying to write code that you're unfamiliar with, be it a new library or new language. You know what the outcome is that you want, but you're unfamiliar with the details of how to get there. So broadly speaking, you ask AI to code towards the desired outcome. Suddenly, your IDE has been overtaken with so much code that you can't follow along, you don't understand what's been written, and you know you're glossing over important details. But it seems close, and so you push AI to try to make the changes it needs to get there. But the next thing you know, you've been caught in a loop with AI for the past hour that it cannot seem to resolve. So what went wrong with this scenario? Let's look at 4 critical mistakes. The core issue in this scenario is an insufficient understanding of the problem space. When we don't have a well-developed mental model, we default to giving AI broad and vague instructions. This leads to AI generating so much code that we cannot effectively review or understand it. Now, the signs that this is happening include getting overwhelmed by the volume of AI output, finding yourself glossing over important details, and trying to push through problems without fully grasping the underlying issues. Without a clear mental model, we cannot provide AI with the incremental guidance it needs to be effective. Now, without a clear understanding of the problem, we struggle to constrain our prompts. As a result, AI takes our broad instructions as a mandate to make widespread changes. Now, the speed and breadth of these changes can be overwhelming, losing us to lose track of the details. Now, when we sense that the details need our attention, but we can't identify which, we can know for sure that a lack of constrained prompts is this root cause. Now, if we struggle to constrain our prompts, it's likely for this next reason. You have to have a clear opinion on how the task should be completed because without one, you're unable to critique the AI code that's generated. Now, this leads to accepting large volumes of code without review and pushing through with faulty solutions that AI is stuck on and that clearly need your human insight. Now, all of this leads to the depletion of our most valuable resource, which is our mental energy. This may seem obvious, but having enough mental energy is essential for effective AI collaboration. If you are low on mental energy, you will find that you start to offload your thinking onto AI. Now, AI is a thought amplification tool. So if our thoughts are underdeveloped or unclear, that will be reflected in the quality of code that's output. Now, in a world that demands immediate results, AI still needs the well thought out mental processes of developers to produce high quality code. Now that we know what went wrong, how do we take back control of our AI assistant? Let's walk backwards through the 4 problems with 4 solutions, leading to the core insight that you need to have high quality AI assisted coding sessions. Having sufficient mental energy is probably the single most important factor for having high quality AI interactions. Again, AI is a thought amplification tool. So if you provide it with low resolution inputs, it will provide you with low quality outputs. It's as simple as that. So take breaks, go get some exercise on your lunch, make sure that you have some rest the night before, and come back refreshed. Now, let's say you're on the latter half of your day and you're low on mental energy. Should you still use AI to code? And my answer to that is yes, but you should use it for solution exploration. Note the solutions, sleep on it, and come back the next day to actually implement them. You will have had time to think through the solutions and get them right. Give your AI assistant small fragments to work on. This keeps you from getting overwhelmed and missing important details. Small problems mean digestible outputs, leaving you the time to critique and give feedback. So give it small functions to craft or small tests to write. The smaller you start, the more likely you are to strike the right balance between the time you spend crafting a good prompt and the quality of code that you get. So working with small problems naturally leads to an improvement on this next point. Giving your AI assistant well-constrained prompts will result in output that is both lower volume and higher quality. When you can craft a detailed prompt, you're less likely to gloss over the details and push AI through problems that you don't quite yet understand. Having a detailed prompt is a sign that you know the problem space well and that you can save time by getting AI to generate the code without much fuss. Now, when you can craft a well-constrained prompt, then you know you're on track for my next point. Once you have 80 to 90% of a task figured out, you should just get AI to complete it. At this point, it's grunt work, and you should save your time and your energy for the thinking and not the doing. And this leads to the final core insight of AI assisted development, and that is the best AI assisted developers use AI to do things that they already know how to do very well, accelerating their development with minimal friction. AI assisted developers can be a real powerhouse of productivity. In my opinion, the best developers devote their time and their energy to thinking about small problems with detailed constraints, unburdening themselves of tasks they already know how to do very well. If you'd like to see an excellent example of AI assisted development, then check out this video.